What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television. I thank all of you for stopping by, liking, commenting, sharing. Hope today is the day we earn that subscription down below. The march to our next goal is 500 subscribers. Only together can we go straight to the moon, baby. Today we're going to be getting into a comic book review. Recently, I've been getting into the Uncanny X-Men series written by Gail Simone. Now I want to get a little bit into Absolute Batman. Um, recently within the last couple months, I've been able to start get purchasing comic books a little bit more regularly than I was the prior months, and so I wanted to get into kind of some newer series. And Absolute Batman seemed to be a perfect title to start jumping in on. I think it's up to issue 8 or something like that, but I do want to, start from the beginning, so to speak, so we can kind of, anyone that is interested in this character can kind of get in on the floor with me at the same time, so to speak, or within that time frame. Now, we will get into issue 1, obviously, written by Scott Snyder. Artist is Nick Dragato. The letterer is Clayton Cowles. And this particular issue cover is done by Nick Dragato, if I found that out recently. And this is Absolute Batman, the Noir edition. No, the only difference with this edition variant as opposed to the other number ones is that this isn't exclusively black and white. Not only the cover, but the inside panels, so to speak. And this first 5 part uh, story arc is called The Zoo because it involves this Batman's origin, so to speak. And the first villains he's going against is the Black Mask, Sionis, and his party animals, if you will. And there's some interesting twists and turns that they do in this particular um, series, which I think is pretty wild. We pick up at a field trip for Bruce, and his teacher is actually his dad. His dad is not necessarily the multi-billionaire, millionaire businessman that all the Waynes um, had this money and the mansion and stuff like that. His mother was a social worker, so it's very much middle class type of family. It's not the upper echelon. And on this particular tragic day, Mr. Wayne decides to bring his class to the zoo. Now we find out throughout the story that, and throughout the next few issues, that some of Bruce's friends are his classmates currently in his adult life, like Edward Nigma. Also, a gentleman that goes by the name of Killer Croc. So there's some people that would normally be right off the rip Batman villains, so to speak, for him to fight, are actually very close friends of his. They have like semi-regular poker games and stuff like that. Selena Kyle was even a part of their friendship group, and as of course time goes on, friends separate for the most part. But then we pick up basically with a newscast about the crime wave going on in Gotham City, and here we get Alfred Pennyworth, not the Wayne's, not the Wayne's butler that we're all familiar with. This man is a specialized agent, and he's there to keep an eye on the party animals. He just got done doing a mission and got called into Gotham. We find out that he has a daughter that he hasn't talked to in a while, and uh, the end of his initial appearance, His bike is stolen, and he says he hates this town. But he's stuck here. His interaction with Bruce, of what more Batman, is that he finds Batman to be very interesting. He notices that even though he's a brute and a powerhouse, because in this particular series, Bruce is a beefy boy. He's a big boy, big muscular boy, and during certain fight scenes that Bruce will have with the party animals in this particular issue, he's very impressed with his size, his speed, his ferocity. He can tell that he was not formally trained, um, but his fighting skills are just as um, you like. Only a trained eye would be able to tell if he was formally trained or not. And here's actually a picture of Bruce here, working at Killer Croc's gym, so to speak. So you can kind of see that they're trying to make him kind of a powerhouse, so to speak. And so, um, oh, also near the end of this issue, we'll see the first appearance of Joker. He doesn't look like the regular Joker that you're anticipating, and it doesn't seem to be like how Batman in 1989 was, where the Joker was the killer of his parents or whatever. I'm just saying we get just a scene of him. Um, what I like about this is, all right, so basically what happens at the zoo is that there's a gunman that went nuts at the zoo. And of course, Mr. Wayne, being an upstanding citizen, tries to hide the kids, try to help people, and he winds up getting murdered by this gunman. And of course, uh, Mrs. Wayne is still alive at this point in Bruce's life, and they had a very difficult life since the death in regards to, of course, income, mental health, emotional health. Uh, of course, Bruce probably withdrawing away from his mother sometimes, as you would imagine during these tragic events, not knowing how to deal with any of that. Now we're going to come across the scene of Cyanus, the Black Mask, and here we get like all the party animals seem to have this helmet style thing, and it's kind of like think of the inside of Iron Man's helmet where you get to see certain information that's being portrayed. And basically, Cyanus here is saying to everyone that he's in charge. Everyone's kind of busting his balls about it, the five families, but he kind of shows why um, they should hop on. These are all the faces of those who stood before him. So basically, he consolidates the crime families of Gotham that way. We also have the citizens of Gotham being mad at Gordon, who is the police commissioner. He's trying to settle down the citizens. They're trying to get everything done about the party animals as possible. Bullock is there. He's still his brutish type of blah blah blah. The force works all the time, and it's at this point, Barbara Gordon here is also a police officer on the force. The party animals decide to attack the town meeting that is going on. Bruce's mother's there. Gordon is there. The, the part the party animals are sure looking to take out a lot of different people, a lot of different citizens. And as this story progresses in the next few issues, it gets pretty wild. I guess when you're party animals, it can get pretty wild. One of the coolest things I like about this particular costume that Bruce has for Batman because we have to remember, being that Bruce isn't the multimillionaire billionaire through the inheritance he got from his parents when they passed away. He doesn't have any of those resources. It's whatever money he can make through construction, because that's mainly how he makes his money, is through construction. That's why he's so, "Rah, I'm gonna beat you." So he has to. Everything about this costume has to be something that he can use in order to win the day. So the emblem here winds up being a battle axe. I think that's one of the coolest parts of his costume, is that he's got a fucking battle axe on his chest. Of course, Bruce beats the party animals and stuff. Alfred still is trailing him. They do have a confrontation throughout the issue. Here's Bruce's mom, and it's pretty interesting because at one point, I'm gonna see if I can. Oh yeah, here we go. At one point, Alfred comes across Bruce, and Bruce was able to disarm him and take this shotgun. That was like the most powerful shotgun. Only like five were made, and like if you get shot by this, you're insta dead, as opposed to other forms of shotguns. No, I guess like I've heard of cases of people getting hit by shotguns and surviving, but I guess this is like insta kill to anybody. But what Batman winds up doing, Bruce, as they confront each other again, you think Batman shoots basically Alfred in the face with the shotgun, and you're like, what the hell? Alfred's gone. Alfred's off the board already, and it was by Bruce's hand. Holy moly, man! Where are they going with this, right? But as Batman takes off, Alfred comes to, and it only really fucks him up, messes his face up. He says that the man ruined my shotgun. He made it non-lethal, and then pretty much near the end, when Alfred is like, "Where is he going off of this like super high rise?" He jumps off with his motorbike, and it's the last panel here. I like that. That's kind of one of my favorite panels of this particular issue. That and the battle axe, and Alfred got shot in the face, and that's where we end issue one. We really see a Batman who's never had the resources, has to really rely on his mental acumen to figure out how to make things work for him without all this super advanced technology that he doesn't even realize the other versions of himself have. And it's also interesting to see Bruce being able to have a parent still and kind of see where that makes him different from other Batmans, other Bruces that we've come across in our various incarnations of Batman, so to speak. It's also interesting to see that Alfred's not um, the best father. He's a field agent of some organization that he was sent there to try to help take down the party animals, possibly, but really has done something there always draws him to Bruce, I guess, in that sort of way. Um, I like party animals and Cyanus as Black Mask in this. The way the helmets look as if they're I don't know. It looks like Cyanus is maybe not a human or some sort of human hybrid or something, because there's always like these tentacles that come out at the back of the helmet, at least for him, and his little family unit there. But that's issue one. Those are my thoughts about this particular Batman. I think that if you're looking for a Batman story to hop onto, let it be this one. I understand the history and everything, and trying to follow up on all that continuity can be dizzying. But with this new all-in initiative that DC's doing, and creating a new universe basically out of dark side energy, um, the absolute Batman is my pick. They also have an absolute Wonder Woman title, absolute Superman title, absolute Green Lantern, and Martian Manhunter. I think recently came out too. The Martian Manhunter looks pretty interesting, but yeah, I think now is the time to hop in on this absolute universe birth, so to speak. But until next time, guys, peace, Snookums.